Good afternoon. Welcome to the Midday Mull for Saturday, the 4th of September. Following Robert Murray McShane's readings, today we read 1 Samuel chapter 28. One of those chapters that I struggle with. Bit of the background. When I was teaching at the school, kids would often ask questions about, what about ghosts? What about this? What about that? And I'd say in the physical world, we've got science that can interrogate things and give us an indication of the truth. In spiritual realms, we can't investigate that. And we know that our personal experience is sometimes all over the show. So we can't use our personal experience as a guide to what is true. Therefore, we have to rely on what God has said and the teaching of Scripture to know what is true. And so when people come with all these questions about, what about ghosts? Generally, it is, I don't believe that ghosts exist. If you read through Scripture, Jesus on the Mount of Transfiguration meets in glory with Elijah and with Moses. And so they're clearly in glory. Jesus in the parable of the rich man and Lazarus, they don't hang around on the earth when they die. In the parable, and Jesus is unlikely to give misleading teaching. So it's not teaching us about heaven, but Jesus won't mislead us in that. The rich man and Lazarus die, and they immediately go to heaven and to hell. Likewise, on the cross, Jesus says to the thief that is with him dying, he says, today you'll be with me in paradise. So as I read through Scripture, there's no indication that spirits hang around anywhere. Why would they want to do that? They don't have that opportunity. Do I believe in demons? Yes. The Bible's full of demons. Do I believe in angels? Yes. There are all sorts of stories about angels, ghosts? No. Except for 1 Samuel 28. Where Saul is going to war against the Philistines, and he has no guidance. God has left him, and there's no prophecy, there's no visions. He tries to use the Urim and Thummim. We're not sure how they work, but they don't give him any guidance. And as a last-ditch, desperate effort, he goes to a medium in Endor and says to her, I want you to call up a spirit for me. And he says, call up Samuel. And Samuel comes and says to him, God's abandoned you. You and your children will die today and join me, which is exactly what happens. But the problem, and this is why I don't like the passage, is the ghost of Samuel appears. So how do I fit that into the rest of what Scripture talks about death and spirits, etc.? And I really am not sure how to make sense of it. So I'm sharing my confusion with you. However, the way I make sense of it is when Saul asks the witch to call up the ghost, we're told, when the woman saw Samuel, she cried out at the top of her voice and said to Saul, why, you have deceived me, you are Saul. And I stop and think, why did she call out at the top of her voice? Why was it when she saw Samuel that she realized this was Saul? And reading between the lines, and this again is reading between the lines, it would appear to me that this was a completely unusual situation for her. Suddenly, she saw the spirit of a dead person, which to me suggests that probably all the previous times she hadn't seen this. And so maybe this is a completely unusual one-off event where Samuel, as God's messenger throughout his life, is given dispensation to act as God's messenger this one last time and bring God's word of judgment to Saul. So that's how I make sense of it. This was a one-off. The rest of Scripture to me says that spirits go to their final destination at death and are not going to hang around and mess with our lives. They wouldn't want to. But I'm afraid you'll have to read it yourself, mull it over yourself, think it through, wrestle with the issues, and come to your own conclusion. And one of the great comforts for me is the theology of ghosts is not central to faith. And while there might be debate around this point, the debate around the love of God, the sacrifice of Christ, Christ's resurrection, our new life in him, that is uncontrovertible. That is not a contested area. Ghosts, not so important, and a little bit of confusion there. So hold on to what is sure and wrestle with the rest, and know God's blessing.